I had
WFFP Radiant and Herald the Gaming Dire.
Yep, I had them the wrong way around.
Now it looks like while we're in the lobby, the teams are doing the same thing I was and trying to peep profiles. I was peeping some profiles, and C-Boy from Herald Gaming, he likes his Rubik, so he's not playing that.
Fair enough.
And the Druid, someone from WFFP was literally just playing Druid like within the last hour. So
alright. You imagine practicing a hero and then just like, no, the bans are a thing, by the way. Like, ban a Witch Doctor, this is insane.
There's some Dota buff sniping going on. That's what you like to see. That's so at least you know both teams came prepared, you know?
Yeah, do your research, it's fine.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
But like, I think it feels a lot better to I think maybe like these days, well, it depends on like who you're talking to. Some people, what they'll do is they'll they'll just ban out a hero, but instead, like, if you can confidently just either counter pick it or just beat someone's like supreme hero, like, I don't know what you call it, someone's comfort hero, and if you just absolutely mop the floor with it, that really just sends a message, and it can like break their confidence down completely for the rest of the series.
Yeah, that's true, and I'll do the final league. The other thing that I think is going to get picked is Emperor's Invoker. He has like 300 more games on that than anything else, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. But I don't know who plays what roles or anything, so we'll see. But they go with first pick Jakiro. It's nice, stable, strong, good lane. You like to see it. Doesn't show anything, doesn't reveal anything. Jakiro is one of those heroes that just sort of fits in with everything. So
5 seconds.
that's
Jakira's fun laner, you know, like annoy some people. Undying, pretty popular these days as well. Still, a few counter picks can be used against him, but he's just also, yeah, like you were saying, strong laner on both of these heroes here.
Yep. Just not revealing anything at all. Just picking a nice, strong, stable lane off the bat. So
most likely, both of these being pos 5.
Yeah, you would expect that. So, although. There's always potential for offlane Jakiro.
5 and 4 gyro. That's what I'm sniffing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm a big fan of the 4 gyro. Big fan.
You are a big fan?
Big fan, yeah, especially on the front and back of the gyrocopter.
10 seconds remaining.
He's a bit of a pesky hero.
Yeah, no takers for the big fans.
Remaining.
No.
Big fan.
What's
I
this?
see what
I'm a fan. I love gyro support.
Yeah, no, I was making a joke that he has.
Whoa!
A fan.
Wow! We got a Meepo pick really early. This is such confidence, my guy. I don't know.
Shit.
That is a very early Meepo pick.
And to be honest, Gyro Gyro's not too bad against Meepo already, because you just single out one of them.
5 seconds.
Undying is also very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this is
sounds like really... a Meepo laugh.
It did, didn't it? Killer.
You know, some alter egos are getting revealed, but
there is cocky picks, but this is really cocky.
Yeah, I can't believe they've second picked Meepo.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have it's the right spot in the draft for them to pick it.
10 seconds remaining.
Because if people were doing some dope sniping like myself, then
then they wouldn't want to get banned.
Yeah, that's it. And then you have the 3 bans now to deal with anything that you really don't want to play against. And while Meepo doesn't necessarily like playing against Undying and Gyro, they're not disasters like some heroes. So
I kind of understand what you're saying. However, I think maybe I do think it's too early. I think it's way too early.
I think you could 28th pick Meepo, and it'd be too early for this hero. This hero, it takes a specialist to make it work. So we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe someone from WFFP is a Meepo specialist.
Hey, I don't know if it was with you, Killer. Sorry, I've casted with a few people, but was it us that were talking about one of the heroes in the game that you just want to sucker punch? That you really don't like looks of?
5 seconds.
We're talking about someone. Meepo is
pickers.
Look at Meepo's face right now.
I think he's cute.
You think he's cute?
Look at his ears.
I just want to hit him. I hate him.
I love his ears.
He just looks like you've just left him with a lot of responsibility, and he's just fucked it up, and he doesn't care. I don't know.
You think Meepo's cute? Do you know any of the backstory around Meepo? Isn't he like a grave robber?
Yeah.
Don't know
Yeah,
more. He's got a shovel, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's not a cute profession, you know?
Yeah, but the looks,
Well,
I think it's
maybe-
just the ears.
Maybe I have a twisted perception.
Yeah,
Cute.
well, ooh.
Radiant team ban.
I'm attracted to weirdos. No, I don't know.
We just hear Wegs' DMs just going off. Everybody in the Discord, everybody.
Everyone's like, I'm a weirdo. I'll message her.
I'm not like other guys.
10 seconds remaining.
I want literally everyone to DM Wegs a picture of Meepo right now.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, picture of me and be like, hey, what up? Try the Riz. No, please only message admins if it's admin related. Well, you know, assistance related.
Meepo could deal with the tombstone pretty well with his Meepos.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and both Gyro and Undying have no way of getting out of the perma net as well. So
Yeah.
if you can micro, you know, it's not like I said, it's not a terrible Meepo game, but
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
they banned the
exactly,
Earthshaker, so that's not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one out the way.
And as the famous quote goes, when there's a Meepo in the
10
game, it's a
seconds
Meepo
remaining.
game. And immediately, Herald Gaming know that
5
they're
seconds
dealing with the
remaining.
Meepo. So the
Yeah.
game becomes about, can you deal with the Meepo?
Dire team pick.
So it's completely up to them. And Ricky is actually quite a good hero against Meepo, so I'm surprised that they ban it. Smokescreen is one of those abilities that you don't think about, but it's disgustingly good against Meepo. A 70%
Certainly
chance
is, yeah.
times 5. Yeah, it's
Wonder what they'll
it's
pick now.
very, very,
10
very
seconds
uncool.
remaining.
I hope that they don't get you know, this could be next level, right? Where they pick all of these. Okay, there's the Evoker pick. Where they pick all of these counters to Meepo, but Meepo's just like a +4. Like, they just like do some crazy stuff like that. I mean, I
Oh,
doubt
that
it.
would be a mind game.
You know,
That would
they're
be.
just like, yeah, we pick Meepo. Oh my god, it's a Meepo game. Deal with the Meepo, and then all of a sudden, oh, Meepo's just like a +4 that split pushes.
That would be
New
pretty
meta.
funny.
Let's go.
It's big brain. He's using the divided we stand coins to stack
5
all volcanoes in the
seconds.
jungle
Yeah.
at the same time.
We pick like a Battle
I mean-
Fury carry and then stack with the Meepos.
Hmm.
Speaking of
Radiant
heroes that are
team
quite
pick.
good against Meepo,
Disruptor.
and Disruptor, that's a good hero against Meepo too, so they take that away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first game of the
Dire team.
tournament. for
Offlaner
both
better be
teams, right?
something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's every chance that this is completely WFFP's planned out draft. You know, they sat down and they thought about what they wanted to draft, and they're just picking their heroes.
Some really good big team fight going
10
on for
seconds
W.
Yeah, I don't mind what they have. I'm a little bit worried.
5
Like, not
seconds
worried.
remaining.
I think just the stuns is not necessarily lacking, but it's very like skill based. It's gonna be a little bit hard to kill someone. I think the only way you're gonna grab someone is if Disruptor gets a decent glimpse or someone's really out of position here, and Meepo can get some nets later on.
Yeah, you're probably looking at the combo of a glimpse, ice path, and then
Yeah.
Meepo jumps
I mean, that
on
being
them.
said, Blink on the Tide is also another way of initiating, but then that's such a long
Yeah.
cooldown style of initiation. So yeah, I think they're just going to play this kind of. It seems that WFFP want to play. You know, the Meepo's the winning condition. They've got some pretty decent ultis to defend towers, and they're just going to wait until he becomes undealable, right? Where Herald Gaming can't really deal with him and put up much of a fight against him. So, I mean, we'll see. They've got some pretty okay picks against the Meepo still. I mean, I don't mind these heroes against him.
Yeah, no,
Single one out with Gyro, the Undying with the slow on all of them. Strength Seal, Evoker is pretty good single target hero. So
Well, yeah, and especially because you can never BKB the Meepo clones, right? So anything that's AoE and magical damage, Meepo struggles to deal with.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So-
Radiant team ban.
It's going to be all about whether
Drow,
WFFP
another great pick
can,
here.
yeah, start the team fight off and be aggressive. I think
It's a really good Drow pick. Drow's gonna have a really fun lane, I think. If it's Drow Undying against Disruptor Tide, then
10 seconds remaining.
I mean maybe Jakiro Tide. Sorry, but
Yeah, you might need to
5
put the
seconds
Jakiro on that
remaining.
lane.
I still think Drow just has a pretty free game.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, definitely. And multi-shot is another really good ability against the Meepo
Yeah.
coins, right? It's really gonna put the micro ability to the test. Might see some D'ing action. It's a very cool ability. I think they moved it to the
10
shard,
seconds
right,
remaining.
instead of the axe now. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually
Radiant team.
saw a Meepo.
I mean, Drow, you know, can probably get killed if Meepo jumps with all these AoE spells, right? And get on top of her, but I think she's got a pretty decent I wouldn't say mobile team, but like these spells on Herald Gaming, they
5 seconds remaining.
don't necessarily have to be too close to Drow, right? So Undying can get some good heals off, Jaro can jump in as well, the Voco has his Tornado. Like, they've got decent ways of protecting their Drow from a slight distance, so I'm still kind of really favoring this Drow pick. I think it's perfect. It's all about the game
We'll see.
plan.
Yeah, it's going to be
10
about the
seconds
tempo, right?
remaining.
Because at this stage of the game, if Meepo gets on top of any of the heroes from
5
Herald Gaming,
seconds remaining.
they will just die.
Yeah,
Right? The only crowd
Radiant
control you have for the
team
Meepo
pick.
right now is Tornado and Deafening Blast. So
yeah.
if Meepo blinks in, nets someone, and poofs 3 clones on top of them, they are probably going to die.
The cool thing
It's
is,
about-
though, Herald, they've got an offlane pick as their last pick, which, you know, there's still a decent amount of
10
offlaners that
seconds
can
remaining.
provide those answers that you're seeking.
5 seconds remaining.
What mid hero do we want for FFP? If they're like, this is a Meepo game, protect Meepo, we've got some good ultis to defend towers, we need some maybe high tempo hero to react to some of these pushes as well. Or who can get pickoffs? Any spirit here is fine,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I quite like Queen of Pain for WFFP.
I think Quop's alright. I think she's kind of not. I think there's some heroes that just do her job better. I think Void is pretty good here.
It's
Void
yeah, Void Spirit, you know, Park, anything like that. Anything that sets tempo, you're right. Like they can pick Tiny if they want. All of these heroes are good. Anything that's a
Yeah, I'd be
tempo
happy with a
setup.
Void Spirit here.
And Meepo is going to excel in this game if he's not the one starting fights, right?
Mm.
Like if he has the opportunity for his other core to go in, make some not space but chaos,
Mm.
and then let Meepo find the ideal angle to enter the fight. That's where they're going to excel. So any team, any hero that can cause some trouble before Meepo joins the fight, it's going to be what they're looking for.
I
Aren't they
and-
looking?
Hmm?
Are they looking for a pos 1, or do you think Meepo's pos 1?
I think Meepo is one.
And Meepo plus 1. I don't think you lane this hero mid anymore.
Okay.
Not against
I think,
Voca.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they go Void, I mean, like I was saying, the spirits are cool, but I am. Oh,
Alright, it is mid Meepo.
really? I don't know about mid Meepo.
Yeah, he's going to be doing some jungling from level 3, I think. If he gets away with being in the lane...
If
any
they've got
further
a
than
pretty
level
confident
3,
Voca picker, then. But I mean, Voca
Yeah, well-
has to be careful too.
As I was saying, I
10
did some
seconds remaining.
Dota buff peeking, and Emperor has played like
5
350
seconds
more
remaining.
games of Invoker than any other hero. So I'm gonna
Oh,
go out
wow.
on a limb and say that he's gonna be able to play the lane.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I saw Herald Gaming banning Ursa as well, so it's like they thought Meepo was mid, and I was just like, not sure
yeah.
anymore.
I guess you
Spectre's
Sniper's
pretty
not
cool
true.
though.
I
Like
guess
Spectre does
Sentinel.
deal well with all of the heroes on Herald Gaming.
Oh damn, the notification scares the heck out of me.
So they picked the Centaur up for Herald
The real
Gaming.
MG. Hello, how you going?
Some I think that the Centaur pick is important. They need the Stampede to get away from a bad fight.
Yeah, it's a good way of disengaging the Drow as well. Not so much. Oh yeah, a little bit of splash damage, I guess, against the Meepo in a way. Bit of, you know, but
yeah.
And it's not like Meepo wants to hit this guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, Centaur should dominate the lane against Spectre too. So all around it seems like a pretty good pick.
Yeah,
It's
do
gonna be
like
interesting.
the Spectre pick though. This Spectre pick does tick a few boxes as well, but it's just very much depending on Meepo doing really well mid to set the tempo.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what lanes WFFP send their supports to. I feel like the Jakira's kind of needed to secure the Tides lane, but Disrupt the Spectre against Centaur doesn't really seem that great.
Yeah.
So you kind of need the Jakira on both lanes, so it'll be interesting to see which way they prioritize.
I think they'll sack the Spectre lane because, like you said, it's a Meepo game. So they want Meepo to do better. Spectre can always climb back.
Can they? It's pretty greedy to have Spectre Meepo as your cause, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if Meepo does well enough in his lane and pops off, I'm just going to put the headers back on. Sorry, guys.
No, there's some map drawing from Herald Gaming. They want to make a move towards the Radiant bottom rune, and it looks like the way Jakira is running, he will be bottom lane with the Spectre.
Who do you reckon's gonna win this?
Based on the drafts, it's tough, right? It's about the lanes. I don't favor one team to draft over the others. I think whoever wins the lane will win the game, for sure.
I mean, they've got more team fight on the side of Radiant. Oh, Jakira, you're right. They're gonna commit the Tombstone for it. The tower.
The team's gonna get hit.
The tower's gonna get the
tower.
gold.
30 seconds to battle.
No.
Wait, can you time this?
Yeah, it's easy. The tower does 1 damage.
Yeah,
125 gold.
Nice.
Jakira is rich. He is rolling in it right now.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, superior team fight you've got on WFFP. However, with a Meepo and a Spectre on the same team, yeah, it is a little bit greedy. I think I believe in this Drow this game. I still think the Drow is pretty neat. If she just gets BKB and she's protected this game, I think she'll run away with it, even against the Spec.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be about whoever gets the tempo in this game, I think. So it seems kind of difficult to see the lanes going well for WFFP. Like, if you look at the lanes, I really think that that Herald Gaming have much stronger lanes.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
A good hard camp block from Seaboy
This
there
mid,
as
this
well.
mid one is interesting. I want to see. That will go down. What's the kill lane?
I think both the side lanes have potential for kills.
Perhaps this Jakira might be the one to be taken out, but
yeah, you're probably looking at either Drow or Spectre to die, I think. So
I think Drow dies if she's out of position greatly.
yeah, well, which you know, the glimpse really helps with. That said, the level 1 tombstone from Seaboy is kind of not great for the lane. Yeah,
It's kind of griefed the lane a little bit. I mean, they wanted to get that kill, so
It's just not doing what an Undying is built to do.
yeah.
yeah, it is a little bit rough. So
Maybe level 2, then you can start
Yeah.
stealing.
but the very fact that if he had leveled up Decay right now, I think, you know, there's just so much more benefit from it. But obviously, you know, at the time they wanted to get that kill there.
Yeah.
Voka absolutely, well, not absolutely, but he's quite a few hits ahead of the Meepo right now. For the time being, but Meepo's stronger when he gets his brothers involved. Undying still only level 1. He does drop the tombstone yet again. The slow, he's level 2 now, so he gets glimpsed back. You've got to be careful of the double slow in a Drow lane. It actually does stack up, as we see Disruptor getting hit. He uses the Fairy Fire, and that's first blood for the Drow. Multi-shot, feels good.
Point well taken.
Yep, and just an aggressive tombstone and just run at them.
Worked out that time. Feels nice to have. You know, that double slow in any you know, when you've got Drow on your team and you've got another slow hero, people underestimate the slow of the tombstone if you let those zombies bite at your ankles a little bit too long.
Oh yeah, tombstone is it's like it's the second ultimate really. It's a TV of supports, right? You just have 2 ultimates in a hero.
Yeah, definitely.
But struggling to get the lane back. Yeah, struggling to get the lane back here, top end.
Thanks
I'm
for
not sure
the follow,
that,
guys.
Herald Gaming have realised that there's
Sio and Acid.
The Drow did ping it.
Oh yeah, yep. No C-boys.
Does get glimpsed back, but looks like Tidehunter was just purchasing his ring at the time, so unable to connect on that.
Yeah.
Voka pretty confidently ahead of this Meepo. There are 2 of them now, so we'll see how he plays it out.
Yeah, Meepo has level 4, and that's when he starts to take off the lane, right? You literally like double your damage in the lane.
Drow,
so.
negative armor. Using the multi-shot defensively. Gets glimpsed back, but he's got to be a bit careful because now the tombstone gets dropped again. No mana, does use a few mangoes and trying to hit the tombstone. It doesn't quite go down, and that looks like it might be a double kill. He gets the gold. Nice body blocks from Undying here. Drow should get this kill, actually. As he's trying to just limp away. That ring of health, it's doing a lot, but not quite enough, so... And Undying stole that kill off of his core there.
I think you mean secured.
Ah, secured, right, of course.
Hyde nearly got away. You didn't see it, but he was about to get away, so you had to take that one.
Yeah.
With the stick charges and all for the kill.
It's almost like the marshmallow test.
Put it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Have you seen the marshmallow test?
No, I'm not familiar. You'll have to explain it to me.
They did like a test on kids, and they put 2 marshmallows in front of them or something. And they tested to see if they would take them in a certain amount of time or wait for the time and take 2 of the marshmallows.
Bottom, Jakira getting gone on, and that burst damage. The Stomp, the Double Edge level 2, and level 2 Rocket Barrage. Gotta be careful of your positioning there. That is a decent chunk of damage. I like this Blade Mail pickup from Spec. He wants to fight early with his Meepo, I guess. Meepo, speaking of Meepo, a few proofs coming off on the Child Invoker. And just walk it off, however.
And just stand there with 200 regen thanks to Quas.
Okay, the creep wave is there, and he has a few more poofs and a few more earthbounds. Roots him once, roots him twice, 2 poofs and a few right clicks. The wand, keeping him alive slightly.
Has been killed.
Cold snap used on one of the Meepos. They split up.
Dire's middle tower is under
Meepo
attack.
hitting that crucial level now and being quite a bit of a bully to the Voka. Schoolyard shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, it's very uncool for Invoker that he just lost a
Jakiro.
lot of XP.
Yet again, that's a lot of burst damage from that Rocket Barrage. Only level 2. Walk it off though.
Yeah, I mean, Spectre's really struggling down bottom as well. Spectre has 13 lost hits to 27 of Centaur, so Centaur really working this lane.
Centaur is not threatened by this Spec at all. They've both got passives that, you know, dish out damage to their enemies, but so Centaur's a little bit stronger. Gyro? Running around trying to get a rotation or trying to steal a rune or something, and he gets taken out by the Meepo. As we have the 6-minute runes now, it spawns top, it is a regen. Not quite useful for Voka right now, but, you know, you'd be pretty happy if one of your Meepos grabbed this. Meanwhile, Spectre really low. Jakiro having to come in and slow down the Centaur. Centaur, decent chunk of HP regen, but 3 heroes now hitting him. Only 1 level in Retaliate, but that seems to be the only... Oh, nice stun, and he actually gets the kill on the Spectre. That is... I mean, you're happy with that, for sure. Bit of a misplay from Spec for staying a bit too close there.
Yeah, and as Centaur, not only did you get the kill, right, but Spectre's missing like 2 creep waves to the tower.
I think, you know, he's maxing Double Edge because he knows he only needs 1 level in Retaliate, and Spectre's not going to hit him. It's just not worth hitting him. So with 3 levels into the Double Edge, that's a decent chunk of burst there. 240 damage already. You know?
Yep, and you can see as well with the Force Disruptor rotation.
Look at this burst here again. Are they going to dive the tower for this? It's 3 levels in it, so that's a lot of damage. And there we go. Support dead. They are trapped in from the disruptor. Pops the ulti now. Gets glimpsed back, however, so the tower hits. Okay, and that's the return kill. Feels good for Spectre to get that one. That's a chunk of gold going his way of getting that broadsword. Poker.
Yeah.
Meepo, those poofs do a lot of damage. He better go invis. Uses the cold snapper. Doesn't have Wex, actually. Will live. Tidehunter kind of left alone for now. He's getting the meme hammer. It was good.
Yeah. Well, this is the important part of the disruptor rotation bottom, right? Is that Seaboy used the opportunity to get a walk, and I've just been
slow
under
right click. Gyro in a bit of a tiff right now, and he'll probably get taken out. The wand just keeps him alive, actually. Use there.
And he's got a salve on hand too. Well
Oh, sweet. Mentor's smoking himself back into lane. Invis on the Meepo here. I don't know if Vocus saw it. He must have seen it. He's got a ward there. Meepo at the top of the last hits. I mean, I'm pretty surprised that Voka hasn't died yet. There's been a few close calls. Speaking of which, though, it looks like they're going to rotate another hero to try to secure it. The Meepo Invis reveals himself to the tower, and Voka will notice that and back off a little bit. So a bit of a, I wouldn't say wasted space, because they are pressuring that mid tower, but I wonder what Dire can do to respond. If they're going to get any kills on anyone, make any rotations, or perhaps help. It looks like
Meepo's bottom now.
yeah, he's actually rotated all the way bottom. Surely Dire kind of must have seen this coming, but the root, and that's a dead Gyro for sure, as Meepo picks up that kill. Bit of profanities from the Gyro.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I think if you're undying, you just leave. I think you should leave this lane. Your Drow, I don't think is dying to Tidehunter.
With the Meteor Hammer and Ravage, Tide will do a surprising amount of damage. So
yeah, I guess, but you'll have a few, not too many one charges, but still think the value. Ooh, ulti committed bottom. Stun actually misses and doesn't land, and the Sunstrike, that's a dead Spectre. Akiro also taking a bit of damage. Gyro. Here comes Disruptor. They might be able to get a return kill here, so he'll glimpse him back into tower range. Tower gets one shot on it. And there we go.
Yep, good kill. God, Glimpse does so much damage now. It's just so cool to see this hero change. It's yeah, Glimpse just dealt like 30% of Gyro's health or something like that, so it's very cool. I mean, see Tide, even though there's two heroes up here against him, he's just meteor hammering the tower over the trees. Tide's nearly taken the top T1.
Yeah, he has. I think, I still don't know about, I mean, I understand you want to keep your carry safe, but I think there's more value to moving around as Undying. I mean, he's not even stealing any strength from him. He'll go in now and start harassing slightly, but he's gonna port bottom. I mean, Tidehunter would have pinged that out. He saw that happen in front of him, surely. Perhaps not.
Yeah, and I mean, this is I think why they maybe left the Undying.
And as soon as they're pinging out the Drow now. So Drow, gotta be a bit careful. But as long as she kind of keeps her distance. 3 levels in Glimpse. Pings it out on Disruptor. Drow knows that they're hunting her, so she'll back off. Can they pressure this tower here? They've rotated the Undying. Meanwhile, Voka... Oh, we've got a Rod of Atos already on the Meepo. That's 1 root, 2 root, 3 root. He's under... not his ward.
And the Stampede will get him out of there.
Yeah, we'll get him out of there. Meanwhile, bottom actually... Collateral damage being the Jakira, and now Spectre having to dodge away with his ulti. He's jumping around a bit. I wonder where he is now. He's gone mid and he survives, actually. Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. The zombie almost killed him. They ended up getting an Evoker kill, but man, he was on a slither of HP there. Pretty good read from him to dodge away from that engagement. Drow farming up pretty good still. But mid tower goes down.
Yeah, and Radiant get 2 towers early, and now Meepo's looking for something with his Invis rune.
Oh, he grabs another Invis, you're right, but he's going to run under a ward right now, so... But they don't really have any spells, at least on Undying. They will throw out the homing missile.
Yeah, Meepo doesn't really care, right? He's a bully.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well with early log pickup. Pretty great against Voka too. And with Voka not getting any defensive items himself, he's getting a Witch. What's he getting? A Witch Blade. He's quite the sitting duck until he gets BKB.
Alright, now here's a question for the Meepo players in the chat. Is Dragonlance still good as a stat item on Meepo?
I think so, yeah. Well, hold on, Voka. Goes in Viz, gets silenced, gets... Yeah, Static Storm was connected, gets thrown back into it. The ultis are all there, they're throwing everything at him, but that's totally fine. As they'll take out that Voka.
Yep, send the kitchen sink for Invoker, right? He's the one that they really want to be making tempo, so any kill on him is good.
Meepo's still rotating in. Undying does see it happen.
This Meepo's just large and in charge.
Is quite actually gets silenced. Drow's got to be careful not to stick too close to this. The stun lands on one of them. They are not quite targeting the same one, but they will opt. Nice. Oh, the Sunstrike doesn't hit, and is that the first death on the Meepo?
Yeah, yep. First Meepo death of the game.
So just a little bit overconfident there, kind of running in under vision of the Dire. They've got some pretty good defensive wards that they've thrown up. And he'll die for that one.
Yeah, his team wasn't really following up either. Like, that was nobody close, right?
Yeah.
So. And I mean, all that was really committed there was a Stampede, right? So it's not a huge commitment to get that kill.
I mean, a Jar ulti, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Cooldown, it's fine. Got that Witchblade now, and he'll go for the defensive Yule Scepter now on Voka finally, but I wonder if with this many roots, I'm not sure if the Yules would perhaps give his teammates some time to get in there.
Yeah, you really need to see a 4-staff.
I think you just go, honestly, I think you just go BKB now. I mean, the ultis on the enemy team are just that powerful. I think early BKB's fine.
Yeah, definitely. No, sorry, I was going to say from your support.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. It's just 4-staff, yeah.
Yeah, Gyro and Undying don't really want to build 4-staff, right?
No,
it's
not necessarily. You'll have one on the Drow, but she's going to hold it for herself.
Yeah, exactly, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's definitely potential for Invoker to just get stuck, right? Like, even if you Yules, it's just buying time. You're still going to be in the same spot when you come back. Ready for another net.
I think you pick one of these 2 items and then you go BKB, not both of them. And we might see that with these ultis later, but Undying, he commits the tomb though. I don't know if that's the play. He's just giving them some more gold, I think. Disruptor ends up being the one to grab it. And
Meepo finds Centaur as well.
Oh, you're absolutely right, it does, but he gets the triple stomp. Voka rotating in, might be able to pick up this Disruptor here. Does spot him, but Disruptor has his ulti as well, and Voka doesn't cast any spells in time, so he's altered. He's been stunned slightly, he's burning down. The Meepo comes in and gets the final hits, it looks like. Nope. Disruptor actually gets it. Bit of a misplay there. Voka hesitant to go on him. Gotta be careful of that instant silence ulti there. Meanwhile, they're tired. No Ravage yet. Ulti used from the Centaur to confirm this kill. Eventually go down.
Yeah, and that's an important kill, right? They're losing a lot of map position on the top lane to the rest of the team, so they have to open up something for their heroes bottom here.
This Drow can't really farm in her jungle anymore, but she'll have a Hurricane Pike quite soon. Kills back and forth, you know. Net worth lead is quite even.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised how close the net worth is. I think it's all the difference between Centaur and Spectre, right? Like Centaur still has twice as many last hits as Spectre.
Yeah, I think you'd want Meepo to... I mean, Meepo's been doing really well, and he's quite good on levels and that, but I think you'd like this... You'd like a bit more impact here. Just slightly. Or Oh, double
Yeah, I
damage
mean-
on Drow.
I think he's doing it just about as well as you can expect him to here.
The steep ward here shows. It's like they know it as well. Spectre ulti's in. Oh yeah, you're right. Voka gets gone on in the mid lane. This is the second time it's been got on here. You see, this is what I mean. If he's alone and he's only got a Witchblade, he is such a sitting duck.
Yeah, no, and Earthbind reveals invis too.
I
so
hope he,
Ghost Walk is not an answer.
I hope he just queues up a BKB now, because if you think of it, do you reckon this Yules is actually going to save him?
No, that's what I was
He's just
saying,
going to
right?
die. So they
Yeah.
smoke instantly after. I hope Dire. Not sure if they witnessed it. The smoke does
Targeted by
break.
Gyro.
Undying is the one that broke yet. Gyro rooted once. Silence from the Drow from the distance there, so saving the Gyro for a moment. Gyro throws his ulti as well, gets some bit of vision, bit of damage and slow. Another whiffed ulti, kind of does hit the Undying, but no follow up there.
Yeah, Static's long committed as well. That's
They
a win
do
for the Dire.
have Ravage though. They gotta be careful not to be jumped in. They need to not get baited in here. They do have, you know, one ulti's, like, a few of the big ultis are down, but still got Ravage.
That's what I was right about to say, right? It's the time to make a play. There's still Ravage, but the other two teamfight
Radiant's
ultis are
bottom
down, so
tower
it's
is under
time to make
attack.
some moves.
Smoke out. I wonder if Drow will join them.
This is a good smoke. This is definitely a good smoke.
They gotta be careful, this Ravage though.
Yeah.
Which they will
they're
pick
not
up the
playing
two supports. This is really good. Double stomp. The Ravage won't be there in time. He doesn't have a BKB yet, so two supports are dead. And now Radiant on the back foot. He might have to Ravage defensively to save his Meepo. Meepo splitting himself up, gonna try to hide in the trees. One of the stuns from the homing missile is gonna land on one of them. Can they poof back in time? I don't think so. This Meepo.
Radiant's
A
middle
follow-up
tower is
stun.
under attack.
Damage.
Yeah, they need some more damage
The
here,
tide
though.
goes down. No, don't. Oh, another stun actually. I think he actually managed to cast another homing missile. It took that long.
Yeah, no, the chase down did. I was surprised the missile was able to activate though.
That was a really good smoke and good
Radiant's middle
pick
tower
off there.
is under attack.
Yeah, no, really nice job, especially to find both Jakiro and Disruptor standing on top of each other in one
It
Hoostorm.
was actually quite brave because they had no vision there on Dire. Like they could have ran right into a Tidehunter farming here instead. If that was a Tidehunter instead, then they would have hesitated and been like, oh shit. And potentially that
Yeah.
could have gone the other way.
Well, they struggle to kill the Tide without Drow, right? They need to kill him without Drow. They need like a full Sunstrike.
I think he's quite weak. He's only got a meteor hammer.
Yeah, well, they need all the Jakiro damage, though. Not the Jakiro, the Gyro damage, right?
Radiant's top tower has
The only
fallen.
hero that's really going to damage
1600
the Tide.
HP is, you know, is a decent chunk to go through, I guess.
But
Well, they're invading the
Dire-
triangle, but they're right under a ward of Radiant. Radiant now, they're in the front seat, it looks like, as they'll bring back one hero. Ulti committed. Looks like Disruptor will go down. The Meepo comes in, though, and this is a lot of splash damage. Disruptor managed to get his ulti off in time. Gyro coming in as well, doing a bit of damage. Looks like
Tombstone's
Undying.
huge.
Yeah, Tombstone. Undying goes down. Centaur finally able to get his ulti off. It's a 2-for-1. Gyro can port out if he wants. We'll decide
Radiant's
to.
top tower is under attack.
Some blind nets getting thrown. Both cores still just farming away. Spectre getting a Radiance as his second item. Drow, she's had the Pike for a little bit. I wonder what she queued up next, if she's got anything.
she only just finished it, right? The
Okay, I thought she had it for a
Pike, yeah,
bit.
she doesn't have anything else. Nothing else on the way anyway, so
Radiant's middle tower
really
is
really
under
good
attack.
He's gone two
Tombstone
Dragon
there.
Axes.
That's
Radiant's
the
middle
benefit
tower
of
has
Tombstone.
fallen.
Even against heroes like Meepo, they're forced to stop hitting a hero and hit the Tombstone instead. So
Yeah.
that Tombstone needed to die when it did because there was like 40 zombies around, and it spawns one for each Meepo clone. So there were quite a lot of zombies floating around there.
They're farming up pretty good. He'll get a shard soon, and then he'll just go straight for Skadi.
But he's buying the shard.
Yeah, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
Is the shard
under
not a
attack.
troll thing?
Yeah, no, towards target. I don't know. I don't think so. Hold on.
Bottom lane.
He do commit to the Disruptor, and he does die without getting his ulti or anything off, but there's a lot of burn damage going on. Nice heal from the mech. They do take the tower out, so worth it in the end.
Yeah, that was a really good team fight set up by WFFP actually. If there was a Ravage there, I think all 3 heroes died for that magic damage. Like, they had the Macropire layered over the Meteor Hammer and...
on him now. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of damage there. I think it was fairly close to going poorly for Dire, but...
Voka has bought the Yules, and he's queued up the BKB now. So I wonder how well... They actually see this deep ward here of Spectre, but Spectre also, they've got their own ward. Sees the Undying approaching. Not quite the hero to go first, as he doesn't have any stuns. So he'll run away, but this is really greedy of Spectre to stick around. He's got to be careful. He sees the rest of them and goes, I don't know. But they do have Blink Ravage, that's probably why he's sticking around. Or not quite available yet.
Yeah, I mean with the Static Storm, but even with Undying, even though you don't have the threat there, you do push him away from the camp, and Spectre is still struggling.
Glimpse back, that's alright, he's going to hold the Centaur in. Centaur ulti committed. Centaur quite tanky though, he's got the pipe as well. Commits the ulti and they can't quite kill him, so he's being a bit of a menace, but a lot of spells are being used on just a few illusion runes in the back here. As Jakiro now blocks the path for the rest of the Dire to join in, but Centaur doesn't give a damn because he's just tells them to back off and they didn't have the damage to kill him. Not quite yet.
Centaur was running at 4 heroes alone while the rest of his team were hitting 1 Meepo illusion.
He is, and he's still doing it. He doesn't give a damn. Stuns on both supports. Not much follow-up, but not the follow-up with the Sunstrike is enough follow-up as it's another pick-off. So Meepo kind of splitting the map up a little bit, so Dire will eventually have to retaliate to that, but they're not going to do it so far. Mid-tower, minus armor from the Forge Creeps.
I think Meepo just doesn't feel strong enough to fight, right?
Radiant's middle tower is
That's
Yeah.
what they're acknowledging here.
I'm pretty sure
Radiant's
Dire appear to be in the front seat here. I think there's just a bit of hesitation of, I guess, the positioning, honestly. The positioning of Dire is really good. They've put this Centaur at the front. There's no Vessel on the team. There's no Vessel nearby or coming up at all. There's no Skadi yet. So this strength-based hero with a pipe and a Vanguard,
Into the Roche pit.
quite hard to kill. Tombstone committed, and you've got a mech on your Undying too. Centaur will port away. I'm not sure if this is a... I mean, he can ulti in 12 seconds, but he's the one wall to kind of prevent Radiant from contesting this, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
Spectre actually ults to get some vision. There might have been a bit of miscommunication there of what they could have done.
No, well, Radiant scanned them out in the Roche pit, right? So they knew that, or they thought they were in the Roche pit. So it's, in the end, I think it might have been a good decision.
I'm talking from Dire's side to get the Centaur out of there.
Yeah.
And then they kind of committed to the Roche, but then decided not to. That's alright. So, rotating a few heroes down bot here. Drow going, getting her BKB soon.
I love these things.
Meepo got at least one ultimate orb now. We had to see the Blink Ravage. He's had Blink Dagger for a little bit. These teamfight ultis can completely obliterate Dire if they just manage to get the Voker and Drow. They got to protect these two heroes.
Yeah, well, once
they just got to ignore Centaur.
Yeah, well, once Invoker and Drow have BKB,
but unfortunately they run into Centaur because every time he's at the front there, he's going to break the smoke on at least one hero now. But the ultis do manage to land onto the Gyro. Gyro is still pretty tanky, however. We're waiting for the Ravage. The Ravage lands on a lot, so Gyro goes down, Voker goes down as well. Drow coming in though, doing a lot of right-click damage. Centaur still alive as expected. Drow right-clicking at the Meepo, but now Meepo manages to run away. The other two heroes going on him though. He's rooting them down. He can't quite die. And now Dire in dire need of something else here because he managed to get a kill on one. But this Meepo staying alive is really crucial for Radiant's victory in this fight. Spectre does chase a little bit too much, it looks like. And he's only level 13. I think chasing 3 heroes like that was not the play.
Yeah, he's chasing under the Drow, right? He just committed for the Drow kill, but not able to find it.
I think that kind of made the fight... That might have made the fight more worth it now for Dire. If Spectre didn't die then that's such a win for Radiant.
Yeah. No, really good Ravage there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nicely done to Ravage 2 heroes while they're standing on the Macropire, and the Macropire just did so much damage.
Voker was just gone that fight.
Yeah. Yep, no, he
didn't manage to get anything off. And this is what I mean, man. If you had that BKB now instead of the Eels,
yeah,
the Eels doesn't save him at all.
Yep. That's it. You can't use yourself when you're stunned, so
yeah,
doesn't really do much for you.
I get that sometimes early BKB can feel a little bit bad, but this is certainly one of those games where you get it. I think these ultis are just like too crazy against you as Voka, and the amount of roots that they have too. I don't know if the Eels was the purchase, but.
Alright, Roche Pit round 2.
Handy, yep. Committing to it now. They know that there's no ultis on Radiant, so not much contest can be done. They don't take it too quickly, but they'll eventually take it out. As it's only the first Roche, we'll see who grabs this. Drow most likely. BKB completed on Drow. It's a fresh one. She'll have Chrysalis lined up as well. They'll come forward and start to invade.
Yeah, and Voka's BKB is still a long way away, though. He's really starting to struggle.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the crucial crucial factors is the mid laner from Dire just unable to. He's the same level as these Gyro. It's been a bit of a rough game. These splash damage, AoE silences, and everything. You just can't deal with it if you don't have a BKB.
Yeah, and it should be pretty hard for Dire to go high ground here. They're gonna need to find somebody before they go up.
Centaur. Again, being the hero to come back, they're actually sending all their heroes back now. Okay, it's not a bad play because the rest of them are coming, but they should be really careful to not stick around like this and farm because, my god, if you were Radiant, I'd love to be smoking. You just smoke right now and take this Drow out twice. But luckily for him, he gets out.
I'm surprised they get away with that rotation.
Yeah.
Actually. Showing heroes on the bottom lane and then heroes just running there under like ward vision. I think they're quite lucky to get away with that.
Didn't quite have his Radiance yet. His farm's really.
Yeah, 30 minutes in, these are not the Spectre items you're looking for, so
no.
he's having a very, very slow game. But the Radiance will turn it around. I think that's it just incidentally does so much damage to everyone when you ult, so he'll start to pick up assist gold and work his way into the game.
Drow's got a specialist array as well. It's kind of a cool item to have. Extra right click.
Yeah, and then a specialist array is really good for when Drow buys Ags.
Knocking on the front door, you got a heart on the Centaur, so not sure how you deal with him. You gotta fight around him. You gotta go behind him. He is a very beefy man.
He's blinking in.
Oh, he did blink in. You're right. He doesn't give a damn. They've got no answer for him yet. The Meepo does pack a bit of a punch. He does have a Skadi now, so Voka almost manages to grab the disruptor there. I'm pretty sure Dire are not aware of this Skadi, but ooh, Disruptor's got to be careful. I'm not sure if the Skadi will still actually be enough against the Centaur. They smoke right in front of the Centaur, manages to stun the Drow. Ulti, few ultis thrown on Drow, but this is a lot committed just for an Aegis, so they'll take the Drow at once, but she's got a BKB ready. Spectre comes in as well. Centaur manages to ulti also, BKB from the Drow. Meepo, silence, getting right-clicked, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The uphill misses, but it doesn't matter. He eventually dies anyway. Centaur still showing flexing his muscles at the front. The stuns are there, the spells, but it doesn't matter. As Dire are now a relentless force. And suddenly, Radiant, their carry just isn't ready. They've got a Radiance now, but managed to finally get a kill on the Undying, but at what cost? You're going to get 2 racks taken. This Centaur suddenly just... he's going to get a blink on 2. Yeah, he's going to get a blink on 2, and that's the 2 supports going down as well, and this very well might actually just be game. He's guessing. He guessed correctly. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, Meepo and Tide blinked over the Centaur to get to the Drow. They got the Aegis, but the rest of the team is stuck hitting the Centaur.
They committed all their ultis just for the Aegis, so... And let's see if the Centaur can die with this. Oh,
yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Drow gets another kill. I mean, they can play around with him, but all they can do is play around with him. They can't quite get too close to him.
He's still full health.
They needed to fight behind it, but I mean, Dire just positioning themselves really, close to this Centaur. They want their bodyguard there with them, and they will do the well-disciplined move and back off now.
Yeah, just not enough health on the gyro to stay in there. And C-Boy's already top lane farming it out.
Yep.
So, pushing it out. He is going to run into Meepo though.
Yeah, I think he...
Bounty.
I wonder if Meepo can get a solo kill here. He does have a Guardian Greaves and he can. I'm not sure if the Ogre Seal can move whilst he's rooted with that. He can totally dispel himself right now. But I guess he'll save it. It's kind of not worth.
Yeah, I mean, you're 16k old, dude. You die split pushing. It's one of those stats that you're just like, ah, whatever, you know, the game's still over, so.
However, I will just, you know, I'll highlight that with team fights, anything can kind of happen, and with a Tidehunter and a Disruptor, there is potential. There is potential there.
I'll take that.
They've got a lot of damage if they hold someone down, but they're just going to get the right heroes.
Spectre has Radiance now.
Gyro farming a little bit too close, and he'll be a juicy meal.
Yeah, I mean, the first death you can kind of take pushing out a lane, but when you start to chain deaths like this, is when it starts to get worrying.
Voka BKB now, so these ultis shouldn't matter if he times himself correctly. But it's can be quite hard to get a BKB off if you're ravaged on instantly.
Yeah, definitely. It's the caves where I think as soon as anything starts happening, you just want a BKB, and Tide has to wait the full 8 seconds to do anything there. So they're looking for Drow here, though. I think.
Yeah, this Drow, you gotta be careful. Oh, Tidehunter blinks forward. Actually commits the ulti. This is a really good play, but now the Voka comes in to kind of save him. Can Drow survive this? BKB runs off Invis. And now Dire, they're turning it around. Here comes the Tombstone. Nice lockdown by the supports of the Radiant, but here comes the Centaur. More collateral damage as Voka, but they're standing in a lot of burn. Drow's gonna be careful. His BKB's out. He gets rooted now. The Meepo doesn't give a damn. There's a lot of zombies, but they're not quite focusing one target.
Like
the zombies, can they cake out? Yeah, the game's lagging up a bit now. Meepo really low on one of them. The misses. He does eventually die. Spectre and everything went. It's an ultra kill. Those zombies, they call GG. They did kill the Drow, but at what cost? They finally killed him. The rest of Dire cleaned up the fight.
The Centaur just found the Meepo.
Wait, hold on. What's happening?
Tower is under attack.
GG, that was a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, well, I mean, they're gonna play it out, maybe hope for one more team fight. There's no buybacks except for Meepo, right? So
yeah, I think it is quite GG anyway, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game, right? You just play it out. You know, maybe there's one more fight. You just have, you know, have a bit of a chat about what you're gonna change up.
Got a Shiva's Guard on Centaur now.
This Centaur is just a problem.
Yeah.
Capital P. I don't think they can kill him.
No.
Maybe if he goes in the fountain.
Looking a little bit rough here. A bit of burn damage on Dire, but you know, they've got Megas already. And towers are still up. It will actually kind of opt to back out. This is giving Radiant another chance for a team fight potentially if this Tidehunter comes back.
Yeah, base equals defended, you know?
Okay,
so, yeah. There is Megas, but...
Roshan may respawn in 5? May respawn. And will not.
Yeah, 2 minutes 37, so that's probably too long. I really feel like Centaur can just go right-click the throne and nobody on Radiant can do anything about it at this point. That last team fight, Meepo was hitting Centaur for about 4 seconds and then just walked off because he realized that he just was not going to kill the Centaur.
Without a vessel, and you know, sure you have a Skadi on one hero, but it's actually just, it's not enough. This guy is just completely... There's just too much. The Spectre, he just isn't big enough.
Yeah, he has...
He's had a rough game.
HP, right? And, you know, near enough 30 armor plus a
pipe. To get a bit of vision. Actually jumps onto the gyro. Okay, they're actually isolated on Dire here. Follow-up stun. Spectre, though, unfortunately, he gets killed himself. BKB on the Drow, and they're turning it around. It looks pretty good, but not quite good enough as the... Okay, Drow getting jumped on by the Meepo. They got to try to nice glimpse away, or brush away, sorry, with the gust. But Meepo right-clicking away. They got a bit of splash damage they got to use onto this Meepo. He's quite a tanky little fella, but Undying, stealing a decent time. Nice. We've got a buyback on Spectre, actually. He's come back in. Centaur, they are ignoring him, so they're doing the right thing here and ignoring the Centaur, keeping him controlled. Voka now going to die as well. They're dancing around the Spec, but actually, Spectre, he might be a dieback here. He's got 1 charges. It's very back and forth. 2 for 3 so far, but we've got... Oh, the Ancient, guys. It's Defense of the Ancient. That's what the game's called. Spectre comes back, but he's only got a slither of HP. I'm not sure if he can stop the siege creeps in time. And unfortunately, it looks like they did kind of win the fight slightly, but these siege creeps are going to do it. They can't defend. They can't defend.
Hold. So, I mean, WFFP won the fight, and Centaur was still full health, running around looking for people to kill at the end.
Yeah. I mean, they won the fight, but they had 2 buybacks they had to use to do it. Maybe even 3.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah,
good job, Herald Gaming.
Yeah, and the Meepo looked quite good actually. It was just they weren't able to keep the rest of the team's tempo up there, right? Like Tide struggled for items and Spectre struggled for items. So despite Meepo having a good showing, like it just wasn't enough. The other cores couldn't keep up. So.
There was a sudden... I mean, look, we know that Centaur did well in the lane, but I guess we didn't expect him to just kind of like, oh crap, this guy's unkillable suddenly.
Yeah, it was really surprising, to be honest. It just took off, but he had the pipe for the magic damage, and then just had enough raw health to survive through everything else.
He didn't die from 8.5 minutes onwards. He didn't die. So he finished off the Vanguard. Then he got the hood. Yeah.
I suppose that's something we didn't talk about either. Is how good is Vanguard against Meepo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
10-minute break. It's a lot of minutes.
Centaur with by far the most hero damage in the game as well. Actually, I want to look at how much damage Double Edge did to Meepo.
Yeah. He maxed it out and bullied Spectre out of lane.
Yeah, Double Edge did 6.
There was a few signs of life where it looked like WFFP had the advantage in at least the statistics, but then I guess, you know, Centaur bought those crucial items and he eventually started making these plays. Let's have a look. Where do you go? Breakdown for that?
Yeah. It sucks, right? Because WFFP, like they had the Meepo game that they wanted, but they just couldn't get their other cores into the game. Like I really feel like Tide didn't have a game, and neither did Spectre. So
yeah, I mean, I think Tide did his job. He got some pretty okay ultis, but perhaps I don't know. Spectre, I think he didn't even die that much. I think there was just some awkward situations. Maybe the Radiance pick wasn't the one. I'm not sure. I don't know if you need Radiance if I mean, I guess it's pretty good against Drow, but I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like what other build you could do. He was just so squishy, right? He couldn't really stay around in these fights for too long. But also, I will just like props to Centaur, man. He was just he was doing really well.
Yeah, the term Giga Chad comes to mind when you picture Centaur.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at the 10-minute net worth of the heroes, that kind of summarizes how this game went, right? Like Drow, Meepo, and Centaur are all there, but the other 3 cores are really lacking, and once they didn't have a lane, Tide and Spectre just couldn't find an avenue into the game. Yeah, it's tough, but I don't think Meepo was the problem there. Like Meepo had a good shot.
Yeah, he actually played pretty well.
Yeah.
I think not sure what I think perhaps like the pace of Meepo alone. I think like for Meepo to take this game by storm and just like completely go over and like run them over, these long cooldown ultis on the rest of his squad is just, it doesn't really complement him as a hero. He's a fast-paced hero that makes a lot of plays and stuff, but then it's like all of a sudden, oh, we don't have Ravage, we don't have Thing, Meepo go farm, which Meepo farms pretty well, sure, but Meepo, I think you can go late game. We were showing signs of life there. If he targeted the Voker, he was doing damage, but I mean, Drow Ranger just pushes him back, gusts him, does a lot of multi-shot damage, and yeah.
Yeah, we
guess-
didn't talk about it in the draft, but Gust is another one of those spells that Meepo hates because you cannot deal with it on the clones.
Yeah,
right?
and you don't want to build a BKB on a Meepo.
Yeah, well, that's it.
necessarily.
Even if the main hero has BKB, none of the clones get it, right? So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think, I mean, Centaur kind of took the spotlight here, but I was saying I did believe in this Drow to kind of, you know, I think this Dire squad was a little bit easier to execute than Radiant's one. Bit greedy to have a Spectre and a Meepo, maybe. I don't know, but that's alright. It's only one game. There is going to be another one, which I will get into the lobby for.
Yeah, I worked out what WFFP stands for, by the way.
Is it explicit?
Yes.
All right, never mind.
Do
then.
not hover over the guild tag.
Yeah, no, we don't.
But for stream purposes, they'll be called Woolworths from now on.
Woolworths.
Yeah, that's what the W stands for. Don't worry about the rest of it.
You can put some music on. Right, music on for. Okay. Whoops. This one we got intermission. Yeah, I think the break might be a little bit longer, and we don't mind that. I might have a 5-minute break, and then I'll like put something in to get rid of the dead air. I'll play some music for now, though.
Yeah, you were talking about the royalty-free music, and I was like, royalty-free music generally sucks, but
no, this one is good, man.
Yeah, I checked out the song you were talking about. It was,
The aggressive,
it was banging.
dark synthwave. Yeah, look, I'll put it on for now. I might make another coffee right now.
You are aware that it's 10 p.m., right? It's not coffee time.
Oh. Anyway, so I'll make another coffee. I'll be right back. No, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably shouldn't. All right, I'll go have a snack or something though. But I'll do 5 minutes of 5 minutes of just chill, and then 5 minutes of maybe we'll show some more of that cringy kind of whack. What was that? What was the stuff I was showing last night? Remember?
No,